Good morning, Bhargav. Today is Tuesday, July the 18th, and here's the heads up briefing for today. In Australasia and the Pacific Islands, we covered 6 issues. In North Asia, 3 issues. In Southeast Asia, we covered 19 issues, along with 19 issues in South Asia and the major developments in the EMEA region.
Hey, Bassel, thank you. Can we please move on to the major issues today?
Sure. Starting off with Australasia and the Pacific Islands, in Australia, Energy Australia warned of an increase in the price of domestic energy supply in the coming months. The price hike is due to an overall increase in domestic energy supply costs. The annual increase is approximately around $210.
All right, thank you. So price rise is a concern. We have seen similar rise in prices in Europe, and it's hitting Australia as well. It'll be interesting to know what's actually causing the increase in prices. Bassel, can you please task one of our team to look into this?
Yes, sure, Bhargav. In China, Typhoon Talim caused widespread disruptions in Hong Kong yesterday as strong winds and heavy rain forced workers to stay home and several flights were disrupted.
All right, thank you.
In Southeast Asia, in Thailand, the 8-party coalition yesterday agreed to nominate Move Forward Party leader Peter Lim Jarunrat for the second round of voting for Prime Minister, which is scheduled to be held tomorrow.
All right, so this adds more drama to the entire political scenario in Thailand. Paul is conducting a situational brief today at the British Club in Bangkok. So we'll keep a close eye on this, Bassel.
Sure, Bhargav. In Indonesia, President Joko Widodo carried out a reshuffle of the cabinet yesterday. He inaugurated a new minister, 5 deputy ministers, and 2 presidential advisory council members at the State Palace.
All right, thank you.
Moving over to South Asia, in Pakistan, members of the Jamaat-e-Islami and the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf parties staged protests during the Karachi Metropolitan Corporation's City Council meeting in Karachi, Sindh province yesterday.
All right, so we'll have to keep a close eye on the protests which are emerging before the election sometime in October, I believe. Now, the ruling coalition is likely to break up as some of them have hinted that they are going to fight the elections on their own instead of the coalition itself. So more of such protests are likely by the coalition members themselves.
In India, businesses and offices in Chandel, Nonai, Senapati, Tamenglong, and Ukhrul districts in Manipur were closed yesterday after the United Naga Council called for a 12-hour shutdown. The shutdown was called to protest against the killing of a Naga community member in Chandel district on July 15th.
All right. So the continued strikes and blockade and violence in Manipur remains a concern. The bigger concern is such strife should not spread to other parts of the Northeast. The authorities are already having a hard time controlling violence and intercommunal issues in Manipur. If it spreads to other states, it's going to be a bigger concern for businesses as some of the industries, especially mining industries in Northeast, have supply routes going through the tribal areas as well.
That's noted, Bhargav. In moving over to the EMEA region concerning the Russian-Ukrainian conflict, spokesperson for Ukraine's eastern grouping of troops said that Russia has deployed over 100,000 troops and 900 tanks to the Kupiansk axis. It is expected that Russia will launch an offensive through that area.
All right, thank you.
Also, Russia suspended the Black Sea grain deal yesterday. The Kremlin spokesperson, Dmitry Peskov, said that the deal was suspended as the part relating to Russia has not been implemented so far. Some of the demands of Russia were that a Russian agricultural bank should be connected to the SWIFT international payment system.
All right, this was very much expected. Russia has been warning of pulling out of the agreement for some time now. And the blame largely falls on the Western countries as they were unable to negotiate with the Russians and see that the grain deal is intact and reinforced, primarily because of the impact it will have on the global food prices, especially grains. So we'll have to see how this will have an impact in the short to medium term.
Yes, Bhargav, we are monitoring this closely. And that's the heads up briefing for today.
Great. Thanks, Bassel. Nothing further from my